Hello everybody, this is Tarina. I am very excited to be able to actually get this out. I am using the launch kit pieces from my new Catty launch kit number 6, patterned background, and I just because I didn't have enough pieces, I just kind of spread them out a little bit and gave them, all a little bit of space around it. And you'll see how that works out with, the other papers that I use. But so this heart, if you watched my last card video, which should be out on Wednesday the 5th, it I'll have the link to that in the description box below. I cut out a heart using my thin cuts from Close to My Heart, and I decided, you know what, I could totally use this piece of paper. So I went ahead and used this cut, an even border around the heart and cut out, and then decided, you know what, I'm going to just put these on the back of there and see if it works. And I kind of laid it out a little bit and decided, you know what, I actually kind of like that. So I was like, okay, well, let's go with that. So that's kind of what this card is working with. And right now I'm just I trimmed off a little bit of a piece and I'm just adding it to the top corner there of the heart. It just looked like it needed it, so and I kind of switch off and on between using my ATG gun and using my liquid glass with my fine tip applicator. I'm so excited about that. That's a new addition to Close to My Heart, this catalog, and oh, we are all so excited about it. So I'm just going to go around and put these different pieces on here, and I did add ATG onto these, and then I realized, you know what, I don't want ATG on these, I want foam tape. So I will go through a little period there where I'm adding a lot of foam tape, and I'm definitely going to have to get my hands on more of that. But I do need to, for this particular one, I do need smaller pieces, so I have a sheet that has smaller pieces on it, and it works out really well. I did also use, let's see, I used my basic heart thin cuts for this, for the heart. It's the largest one, and I can leave the link to my Close to My Heart website down below as well, where you can get that. The thanks up there in the top right corner there is no longer available, but Close to My Heart comes out with different dies often, so you can, each catalog they come out with new dies, so that is something that I enjoy. I like having thin metal dies to use. And I'm always needing the word thanks or thank you sentiment, because I do send out a lot of thank you cards because, if you've watched mine before, definitely thankful. So, yeah, this is my little sheet that I have my foam adhesive on. I have also used in this card, you can see over there to the left and up there on the top left, I've got, oh, what are they called? A fringe die from Close to My Heart, and it's fancy, I think it's fancy dies, fancy tag, wait a minute, okay, I can't remember what it's called, I'll have to look it up, but yeah, it's part of a large collection of dies, and they are, I want to say they're, I'm just going to go ahead and look it up. So, let me see here. So as you can see, I'm just covering the whole entire back of that, but I don't want to cover the empty spaces of the, the wood grain pieces. I want to keep that open for the paper that's going to be down underneath of it. Decorative borders. So that's Thin Cuts Decorative Borders. Number Z, product number Z4241. And it comes with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different borders for $42 and or $41.95 plus shipping and tax, whatever. But I'll tell you what, these borders are awesome. I was contemplating doing a stitch border because they have a stitched border that you can run through your die cut machine, and it adds like a faux stitch border around the edges. And I was going to do that to this sheet, and then I was like, you know what? I just put all of that foam tape on there, so that's not going to happen. So, yeah, I just decided to kind of roll with it and do a little bit of faux stitching. I do like how the faux stitching came out. I'm thinking I might need more faux stitching or like around the edge of the frame, but I didn't want it to be too much because the color that I had was a little on the darker side, and I don't have any that are lighter, so I didn't really want to make it really dark. So wow, this took me like forever. And this is like it's sped up twice as fast as it normally is. So the reason I'm keeping that tape on there is just until like this time where I've got everything down where it, where it needs to be, so that it's keeps the equal space around each piece. Keeps the pieces in their place. So isn't that pretty? I just love how that turned out. Honestly, when I decided I was going to use this, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I told everybody I was going to do it, and I just don't know if I can actually, make it happen, because the inspiration was like, I don't know, it just wasn't there. So, but then when I started laying it out and fiddling with it and playing with it, and I was like, this is not so bad. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and center this on this piece of paper, and this paper is from the Mix-Ins, the Seasons, I don't know if it's Seasons Mix-Ins, but it's from the Mix-In paper packet from the SA2, and you only get one of each sheet, so I definitely wanted to use this one. But yeah, I've got three medium gray markers and from my artisan markers, and I decided to just go ahead and use the middle one because it had the right tone. It pulled in that gray color from the background there, and so I decided to just go ahead and do some faux stitching with these. And so tell me what you think. Do you think I should have added a faux stitched border around the outside? I was afraid that it was going to be too much, you know what I mean, because I already did it around the heart. But I don't know. It seems like it would be too much, but I didn't want to do too much, so however that works. So now these are part of the the borders that I have, and it's a die, and it doesn't cut a full border out, so it only cuts the little fringe parts, and it stops it so that you can trim it out, or you can continue on and make more fringe as far as length goes. So I think that's kind of awesome. So it will always have a top border on it. However, thick you want that border, you can make that border. So I think that's awesome. So I'm just adding some liquid adhesive here, and I'm just kind of I'm lining up the bottom of the fringe with the edge of the card so that it could still fit in my envelope. And then, so I'm planning on having another piece of fringe on both sides or both ends, the top and bottom, but I want to make sure that I have enough space on the the ends of the the centerpiece of the card, the heart part. I want to be able to lift up the ends and tuck it up underneath of there. So I'm not putting any adhesive on the back side of that piece there, on the top and the bottom, just in the center. So now I just go ahead and put some adhesive on there and kind of try to sneak it right up and under there without getting too much adhesive down below, because I definitely want to be able to, flick those up and make them all look all fringy and everything. So that's kind of what I go for. And this time I'm just I'm going to add my scissors under there, and I don't even know if that really helps, honestly, but I'm going to give it a shot. So because I think the adhesive still just ends up getting everywhere, but it doesn't show, which is awesome. So I try to line up both adhesives fairly even, and I just trim off the excess, which works out pretty well. Now again, with this type of a card, you can add bling if you wanted to. I thought since the thanks sentiment was in metallic silver that I didn't think it really needed a whole lot of bling. That added quite a bit, so I'm so sorry about that. I have an itch on my eye and I accidentally hit the microphone. So I'm taking a little bit of time, and I got some glue on my thumb, so I was cleaning that off. And I'm fluffing up the fringe. It looks so cute once it's all fluffed up. It looks kind of flat and boring without the fringe all fluffed up, so I was kind of excited once I got the fringe all flipped up. It looks so cute. So here I go again using my fine tip adhesive. Fine adhesive tip? I'm not sure what you call that. Anyways, it's on my website too. So, but yes. And here we go. See that? Yeah, it looks like it's plenty of bling. I love the depth that the foam tape gives. It's not too much, but it adds just a little bit of, shadowing to show some depth, and this is it. So if you like, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully it's a scrapbooking one, so fingers crossed. See you guys later. Bye.